really silky, maybe first or second sip while the drink is as cold as it can be. And it's a really lovely experience, in my opinion. So, peeler for any swaths or peels, okay? I used 2 different peelers, and I'm gonna show you why I like the one that I like. This is the inside of the orange after I peeled it, okay? One is a little fatter and shorter, and one is skinnier and taller. Equal opportunity orange peel lovers, right? But you see how this one has a lot of the pith on the inside? We don't like that. That's the bitter part, okay? We only, if possible, want the oil from the outside of that orange. So this one has very little white in it. So you grab it with the outside facing outside. So my face is where the orange used to be, right?
Oh no.
And then you just squeeze it right over. If you were using one of those fancy like micro cameras, it would get that spray. And you can smell it. Smell. That smells nice, right? It does. Trust me. So that oil is now sitting on top of the ice chips that I am so enamored with. Let's see if it worked. Ooh, yeah, I'm into that. I could actually even go with a tiny bit less of that hibiscus simple syrup. It's delicious, but when I want to drink a Cosmo, I want a tangy Cosmo. So that is how you build a Cosmopolitan. Send in questions. If you're on Instagram and you just joined us, cool, hi. If you've been with us and you made the drink alongside, taste it, see if you like it, and send in any questions that you have. I'm glad to take them. While I'm waiting, if you wouldn't mind monitoring the comments, see if any come in and let me know. I'm gonna just give you like the last couple of details about where I get my information. I think that that's important when I learn things from somebody else in a different area of expertise. So I'll just give you a little touch point. I'm a huge bibliophile and I love books and have dozens of them. But one of the ones that's important for the Cosmo is a book from a speakeasy. It's called Speakeasy, but a speakeasy style bar in New York. It's in the old Prohibition era styling where you knock on the door and a tiny little, like, what do they call those? Eyeball windows, like that are rectangle. And then whoosh, it comes across and you can only see someone's eyes. Employees only is still like that in 2020. Well, pandemic right now, but I would think they don't have a patio. That's like really not their vibe. You know what I mean? But they are one of the really trusted cocktail books that has the recipe for the Cosmo in there. So if you're, you're looking up the Cosmo and you think it's just this foofy drink that you saw on TV because it was very Carrie Bradshaw, was that her name? Sex and the City. I just love that. That's not true. It's an honorable classic, like, well, not classic in age, but like classically styled new baby cocktail to the market of cocktails. So I think that's really fun. Employees only, and lots of the bars that are at the head of mixology and leading the force on these things, they do have cocktail books that have their recipes, their spins, some of their house simple syrups, that kind of thing. So one more thing that I have learned about the Cosmo that I love, especially as we're getting to the end of summer and we're getting into Thanksgiving-y times. I mean, I know it's still a couple months, but and I'm not in any hurry in Chicago to lose the sun and the sitting outside on my lawn every day. But a Cosmo in the winter can be awesome by using your Thanksgiving leftovers. Nobody knows what to do with that cranberry sauce. Nobody. My grandpa used to eat the kind that you splooge out of the can and then it comes out and has the ridges of the can on the side, right? And most of us are like, I won't touch that. It's like just the plate that goes around in Thanksgiving and nobody eats it, right? But a spoonful of that in place of the cranberry juice, it's so good. And it gives this depth and texture to the drink that this summer version doesn't have, because you're essentially adding a jam or a jelly to your cocktail. It's a really cool adjustment. So keep that in mind if you're thinking about the Cosmo, but it's starting to get warmer. Hey, what can I do? How can I put that jar, or like maybe a fresher version of that? Or hey, cranberries, buy them, stew them down, muddle them into your cocktail, the real thing. It doesn't get any better than that. So just some things to kind of be thinking ahead. For anybody who joined us in the past couple of minutes, my name's Linda. I run a series of pop-up events, dinners and spirits tastings, cocktail classes and pairings. I love it all. If you don't have any idea what agave spirits are, I'm really into mezcal and tequila, and there's a lot of cool stuff out there that's not very widespread. It's not very popular yet. So it can be really fun to learn about it in a small setting. My Instagram is Chicago Dennison. So look me up and feel free to reach out to me. I'm just a normal human being, just like you all. And I'd be glad to answer your questions. And if you're just jumping on from Instagram, the reason I'm on here at all is because of my friends at the Plagiarists. The Plagiarists are a small theater company here in Chicago. They do really weird, nerdy, cool, new work, even though their entire concept as a theater company is that we steal and borrow and rework stuff that's already been done. So for any of you creative nerds out there, they might be your jam. They do really cool work, and a lot of innovative minds come together to not only organize their stuff, but also when we get back to a time when we can see theater, participate in and write and direct the work that they do. So look them up. The Plagiarists are on all of the social medias. They're very well spread out. Instagram, Facebook, they have a YouTube channel. And tomorrow is the last day, or Sunday is the last day of their current virtual event. Normally it's this huge party and it goes multiple days, and it's like a gallery meets a dance party meets like your favorite neighborhood bar. Really neat vibe. So they transferred all of that to the interwebs during the pandemic because they care about their friends. So jump onto their website. There's a gallery you can look through, beautiful jewelry, creative little projects, tons of cool art. If you're spending so much time in your house and you're thinking the walls are kind of boring, it might be a good time to buy something. Part of your price, like the price that you pay for the piece, goes as a donation to the Plagiarists, and part of it goes to the artist to support them. So just really cool stuff. I love being part of things that are legitimate values for me. Yes?
Not a question, but a comment. An at-home cocktail maker didn't have cranberry juice, so she muddled frozen mixed berries with triple sec and strained that into the shaker.
I love it. Is that Sarah Jane? That was brilliant. So that's what I mean. That is exactly what I mean. And I'll finish with this because I know I've gone over my time. That is a great idea. And that is exactly what my heart's desire is for home bartenders. It seems like a little serious because it's just cocktails, but I love cocktails, so it works for me. Like, you hear a thing and you're like, well, I don't quite have that. What's the next best thing? Or what's the next best thing? Or what tools and ingredients do I have with which I can make this? So really great thinking on your feet. I love that. Send us any other ideas that you guys have had. Thank you for sharing that too. That's the kind of thing that makes this feel like I'm not just standing in my kitchen talking to my dog. It feels interactive. It feels like we're sharing this experience a little bit. And that's valuable to me. So thank you for joining us, Facebook and YouTube and Zoom friends and all of you anime people. I don't think you're still there, but come follow us, the Plagiarists and Chicago Dennison on Instagram. And just stay tuned for upcoming events if any of that is up your alley, friends. We will see you around the bend. Cheers. Oh man, so many things are complicated.